You know, there comes a point when you find yourself thinking, my legs weren't like this before. You get up from the chair and they feel a little weak. You go up the stairs and you have to stop for a second. You walk, but you feel that your stride isn't quite as steady anymore. What if I told you it's not just about age? In recent years, several research teams have made a discovery that has surprised everyone. Certain natural infusions, simple, accessible, and sometimes used for millennia, can help your body rebuild strength, improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and even restore energy without medication, complicated supplements, or impossible exercise programs. An example, a huge study in Japan conducted on over 14,000 seniors showed that those who drank green tea at least 3 times a week had significantly more leg strength, better stability, and a much lower risk of muscle loss with age. And it's not just the numbers. Japanese sprinter Hidekichi Miyazaki, who was still competing well into his hundreds, explained that one of his most important rituals was his daily cup of tea. So today, I'd like to take you on a simple, natural, yet profoundly powerful journey. Because if you want to regain stronger legs, a more confident stride, and energy that feels like your own, you'll see that certain herbal teas can become your best allies. In a moment, you'll discover 3 very specific teas. Not just any teas. Those whose effects on muscles, circulation, and vitality have been tested, documented, and used in different cultures for centuries. And stay with me until the end. Because I'll also share a secret, rare, but incredibly effective ingredient that clinical studies have shown can double microcirculation in the legs of seniors. Very few people have heard of it, but I think it could truly change your life. Now, before we dive into the first cup of tea, I want to remind you of something important. Everything I share here is for informational purposes only. It doesn't replace the advice of a doctor, especially if you're already taking medication or have a medical condition. But if you want to understand your body, make informed choices, and regain more strength naturally, then you're definitely in the right place. So, let's get started. We'll start with a tea I often call the muscle warmer. A tea that can soothe aches and pains, boost circulation, and relieve heavy legs, often within the first few weeks. In the following sections, you'll discover how 2 powerful roots used from ancient India to modern medicine can transform how your legs feel each morning. Imagine a warm cup in your hands, a slightly lemony scent, an earthy aroma, almost comforting. You take a sip, and what you don't see is that 2 ancient roots are already starting to work deep within your body: ginger and turmeric. This infusion is much more than just a tea. It's a true support for your muscles, joints, and circulation. And if your legs feel heavy, stiff, or tired, this blend can become your daily ritual. Why does it work so well? Because ginger and turmeric are 2 of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories in the world. When you combine them, you help your body reduce the inflammation responsible for pain, stiffness, and that feeling of stagnation in your legs. And you know, for many seniors, the problem isn't just a lack of muscle. It's the silent inflammation that prevents the body from repairing itself properly. A team of researchers in Thailand studied the effect of turmeric on adults suffering from joint pain. After 6 weeks, they experienced a significant reduction in stiffness and improved mobility. Not thanks to a medication, but thanks to turmeric, which is rich in curcumin, this incredible compound that protects muscle fibers from breakdown, and ginger. It does something equally essential. It improves circulation. Its molecules, the famous gingerols, help your blood vessels relax and allow more oxygen to flow to your legs. Imagine your muscles as a workshop. If they lack oxygen, they become exhausted. But if you improve blood flow, you finally give them the resources to repair and strengthen themselves. Many people tell me, I feel like my legs wake up when I drink this tea. And that's normal. Improved circulation immediately translates to more warmth, flexibility, and lightness. And don't forget the energy. Ginger gently stimulates the metabolism, not like coffee, which makes you feel high, then crash. No. Ginger gives you a steady, more natural energy, without the jitters. And if you want to make it at home, It's very simple. 3 ou 4 tranches de gingembre frais. Une cuillère à thé de curcuma ou un petit morceau de racine fraîche si vous pouvez le trouver. De l'eau chaude et une pincée de poivre noir, essentiel pour absorber le curcumine, un peu de miel ou de citron si vous voulez le sucrer. Faites infuser pendant environ 10 minutes et buvez-le 1 cup a day in the morning, and you'll see that something starts to change in the way your legs react to exercise. In fact, in some Indian families, this mixture has been used for generations to keep joints flexible, and the body-mobile modern athletes also use it for recovery, not to get stronger, but to stay mobile, which is even more important as we age. And the good news is, you don't need to be an athlete to benefit from the same effects. Now, if you want to go even further, there's a tea that doesn't just support your muscles. It awakens your energy, from your legs to your brain. It's a tea I often recommend to those who tell me, "My legs are weak, but more importantly, I have no energy left to move forward." In what follows, I'll show you how 2 plants combined in a single cup can give your vitality a natural boost, improve your muscle endurance, and even boost your motivation to get moving. You know what many people feel after 60? It's not just the weakness in their legs. It's that feeling of battery draining too quickly. In the morning, you're fine, but by midday, your legs feel heavy, your energy drops, and you have to stop more often than before. That's where a combination I love comes in. Green tea with ginseng. An infusion that doesn't just make your body feel good. It also revitalizes your mind. Why is this duo so effective? Because they act as complementary partners. On one hand, green tea, rich in catechins, antioxidants that protect muscle fibers like a shield. On the other, ginseng, a root used for centuries to strengthen the body, improve endurance, and combat deep fatigue. And together, they create an effect you truly feel in your daily life. Ginseng has something very special. It's an adaptogen. This means it helps your body better manage stress, physical stress, mental stress, all those micro-stresses that over time deplete your energy and weaken your muscles. Even more interesting, researchers from the American Journal of Chinese Medicine tested ginseng on elderly people. In just a few weeks, they observed improved leg strength, greater endurance, and reduced fatigue during daily activities. Not athletes. Seniors like you, like me, who simply wanted to regain ease in walking, climbing stairs, or standing. And green tea amplifies all of this. Thanks to L-theanine, it provides gentle, stable energy, without jitters or crashes. You feel clearer, more motivated, more focused. And this small detail makes all the difference, because when your mind is lighter, your body follows. You move more, you use your legs more, you naturally rebuild strength. That's the beauty of this infusion. It doesn't force you to do anything, it simply gives you the desire to get moving again. Preparing it at home is easy. Heat water, but not too hot so as not to burn the green tea. Steep your tea bag or loose leaf tea for 2 to 3 minutes. Then add a few thin slices of fresh ginseng or a small pinch of powder. Let it steep for another 5 minutes. Sweeten lightly with honey if you like, but it's not necessary. 1 cup a day is enough to start. And if you're consistent, you might find after a few weeks that walks are less tiring, that you can stand longer, or that you simply feel more alive. It's no coincidence that some very active celebrities over 60, like Jackie Chan, say they use ginseng to stay physically fit despite their age. Si peut-il aider un acteur toujours en train de tourner des scènes d'action? Imaginez ce qu'il peut faire pour votre vie quotidienne, même pour quelque chose d'aussi simple que de marcher plus calmement. But now, I want to tell you about a third tea, a very different one. Not just for muscles, not just for energy. A tea that works deeply on stress, sleep, nerves, and inner balance. A tea which helps your body repair itself while you sleep, and which makes your legs more stable, more secure, more grounded. In what follows, you will discover an ancient plant that I often call the stabilizer, a plant that calms, strengthens, and rebuilds, all with gentleness. There comes a time in life when you realize that fatigue isn't just in your legs anymore. It's everywhere, in your head, in your breath, in your ability to cope with the day. And often, weak legs don't come from a lack of muscle, but from a lack of internal reserves, from accumulated stress, from nights that are too short, from a nervous system that remains tense when it should be relaxing. This is where a very special plant comes in, ashwagandha, often called the strength of the horse in Ayurvedic tradition. It's not just any herbal tea, it's not a stimulant, it's not a sedative, it's a rebalancer. Imagine waking up one morning and instead of heaviness in your legs, you feel something different. Stability, a deep calm, a gentle yet present energy. Your legs support you without that slight tremor you might be familiar with. You straighten up and your body tells you, I'm going to be okay today. That's exactly what ashwagandha can provide. Why? Because it acts on one of the silent enemies of muscle aging, cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol levels rise too often for too long, as is the case in many older adults, your body goes into survival mode. The result? Muscles break down faster, energy levels drop, sleep becomes light, and leg coordination decreases. Ashwagandha helps lower cortisol levels, calm the nervous system, and provide the body with an environment where it can rebuild instead of simply wearing itself down. And that's not all. Several clinical studies have shown that ashwagandha can improve muscle strength even in seniors. In a trial conducted in India, older adults taking ashwagandha daily saw measurable improvements. Improved leg strength, better stability, and greater endurance during simple exercises. Why? Because the body, less stressed, can finally focus its energy on repair. Ashwagandha also acts on the nerves, the vital pathways that connect your brain to your muscles. If these connections are slow or weak, you might feel like your legs aren't really responding. This plant helps strengthen these connections, making your movements more precise and safer. And if you have trouble sleeping, which is very common as we age, ashwagandha can be a real ally. It promotes deeper, more restorative sleep, the kind during which your muscles regenerate the most. You know, sleep is where the magic happens. Without it, even the best diet or routine can't do much. To prepare it, you can use the whole root in dried pieces. 1 teaspoon of root. Simmer gently for 10 to 15 minutes. Strain. Add a little honey or cinnamon to sweeten. The taste is slightly earthy, almost nutty, but it comes with an impressive calming effect. Some people drink it in the morning to get through the day, others take it in the evening to aid nighttime recovery. The key is consistency. Even some renowned experts recommend it for restoring energy in adults over 60, like Dr. Frank Lipman, well known for his holistic approach to health. And many public figures focused on well-being have popularized its effects. Not to be stronger, but to be more balanced. And that's exactly what your body needs to regain strong legs. A calmer, more stable, more harmonious environment. In a moment, I'll lead you to the conclusion, but also to something you may have been waiting for from the start. Because there's an ingredient, often overlooked, sometimes hard to find, but extremely powerful for boosting microcirculation in the legs and reducing muscle fatigue, a modern discovery, but used in some regions for centuries. In what follows, I'll reveal this famous secret ingredient and how to use it. Before revealing this secret ingredient, I'd like you to imagine something very simple. You're walking. Your legs feel light. No tightness, no feeling of shortness of breath in your muscles. You move smoothly, as if your blood is finally circulating freely. Without any blockage, you can truly rediscover this feeling. And sometimes, all it takes is an ingredient that almost no one thinks to use. It's called Hibiscus sabdariffa. You might know its flavor, its vibrant red color and delicate leaves. But what many people don't know is the extraordinary power of hibiscus on microcirculation, blood pressure, and muscle fatigue. It's not just a pretty flower. It's a true circulation booster. Why? Because it contains anthocyanins, natural pigments that protect blood vessels and make them more flexible. The more flexible your blood vessels are, the easier your blood flows through your legs, and the more your muscles receive what they need to stay strong. A study conducted on adults over 55 in Mexico showed that drinking hibiscus tea daily for 4 weeks improved blood pressure, peripheral circulation, and the feeling of heavy legs. Some participants even described a pleasant feeling of warmth in their calves, as if their muscles were being revitalized. And that's not all. Hibiscus also helps reduce oxidative stress, the phenomenon that damages muscle fibers over time and leads to a loss of tone. Less oxidation means muscles that age less quickly. There's another reason why hibiscus is beneficial for seniors. It naturally helps balance blood pressure. Not as a replacement for medication, of course. What I'm sharing is for informational purposes only and should never replace medical advice. But it provides gentle, consistent, natural support, like a daily boost for the heart and legs. And there's even a little surprise. Hibiscus contains a compound that supports the liver, the organ that provides energy. A healthier liver means a body that tires less easily. That's probably why in many West African countries, this infusion, called bisap, is used to stay active despite the heat, walking, and fatigue. To prepare this tea at home: une cuillère à soupe de fleurs d'hibiscus séchées, versez de l'eau bouillante sur les fleurs, laissez infuser de 5 à 10 minutes. Épicez légèrement au miel si vous le souhaitez, ou ajoutez un peu de menthe pour la fraîcheur. Vous obtiendrez une infusion rouge vif, pleine de vie, exactement ce qu'elle donne à vos jambes. Now that you know these 3 essential teas and that famous bonus ingredient, I'd like to take you to the conclusion, not just to summarize, but to show you how to easily integrate them into your daily life, how to combine them, and how to create a little routine that can truly transform the way you walk, climb stairs, or simply get up in the morning. In what follows, I'll put it all together for you, and you'll understand how these simple steps can help you regain the strength you thought you'd lost. So now that you know about these 3 powerful teas and the secret ingredient that very few people use, I'd like you to take a moment to imagine something. Imagine yourself in quelques semaines. Vous vous levez le matin, mettez vos pieds sur le sol, et vous sentez vos jambes vous soutenir mieux. Moins de raideur, less heaviness, more stability, more confidence. You take a few steps around the house, and you realize you no longer have to stop to catch your breath or to let go of that tired feeling in your calves. You climb 2 steps, 3 steps, and you feel your body finally responding. This change doesn't come from a miracle drug or from a tough workout. It comes from small, regular, simple, natural habits, like a well-chosen cup of tea. And now you have 4 options that can truly support your body: ginger turmeric to calm inflammation and boost circulation, ginseng green tea to stimulate energy, stamina, and mental clarity, ashwagandha to reduce stress, improve sleep, and rebuild inner strength, and hibiscus to boost microcirculation and ease tired legs. You don't need to drink them all at once. You can choose the one that resonates with you most or gently alternate them throughout the week. What matters is consistency. 1 cup a day, a little ritual for you. It's often these kinds of simple gestures that create the biggest changes over time. And of course, remember, these tips are here to inform you, support you, and help you better understand your body. But they should never replace the advice of a medical expert, especially if you are undergoing treatment or have a specific condition. It's always a precaution and out of respect for your health. Now, if this video helped you, if you learned something, or if you're going to try one of these teas in the coming days, I'd really love for you to let me know your experience can inspire others. So leave a comment below, share your thoughts, or even your favorite recipe. Don't forget, a simple click on like helps the channel tremendously. Si vous avez trouvé ce contenu utile, s'il vous plaît, abonnez-vous et activez les notifications. De cette façon, vous ne manquerez aucun des prochains vidéos pleins de conseils simples et naturels basés sur les dernières recherches. You deserve to walk strong, to feel stable and alive. You deserve to rediscover the strength you thought you'd lost. And I'm here to support you day after day. See you soon for a new video. Take care.